Dare I? Dare I, guys? Dare I? Dare we? A bit of mold for Mold Monday. I don't want to run out of time today. I had to start stream so late because I only got 4 hours of sleep, but I didn't want to let you guys down. I don't want to cancel the stream after promising I would stream today. So I do want to get to the mold. So if you guys don't mind, do you want to mold it up? I'm molding the fuck up. I'm using that the way that you say, phasing. I'm phasing up or whatever. Also, guys, so for anyone who doesn't know, I have a second Twitter account, but that one's just like for shit posting and for tweeting out things that I don't think will be bangers. Things that I think will just be like silly little tweets. But I made one. And it was accidentally kind of a banger. And I kind of wanted to share it to you guys because I think it is relevant to the discussion. I saw this purse that said awful taste but great execution, vintage handbag with crochet mold. Asmon chic.
We molding? I thought you'd never ask.
I'm glad the people liked that one, okay? I'm glad you guys liked it. Let's close some of these tabs. I got a billion of these tabs open. Don't need this one. Don't need this one. Excellent. Excellent. All right, let's go. For anyone who doesn't know, Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard, which I guess because I'm a BioWare fucking simp, I'm going to buy and play the game probably. But I don't believe in... what is it called? Like buying a game before it's released. What's it? What pre-ordering? I don't believe in pre-ordering, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna make sure that there aren't any major problems with the game, and then I'm gonna buy it. Okay. But most recently, Veilguard showed off that you can have top surgery scars on your character, and that made people really mad. They were really mad about it. They were like, how could you do this? Now I have to play as a trans person. Now this option that I'm allowed to not pick, I'm going to become trans. I hope you're happy. I hope you're fucking happy. It's like, what the... Okay. I guess. Sure. I guess. How dare you pretend trans people exist? Grr. Hell yeah, brother. We're trans in the population. Yeah. Like, dude, if you care about this option, if you don't care about this option, just ignore it. Like the other options you've ignored in the past. Yeah. Straight up. Okay. Straight up. Oh, what did I comment? Whoa. You guys, the people that are complaining about this ignore all of the character customization options anyways. They pick the same character every time. What does it matter that there's one more option you're going to ignore? Like, I don't get it. It's like literally, here, 1 second. We went through this in Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3's most picked character editor options created the most generic dude possible. Larian collected data from the character creation screen and was very surprised by what it found. Baldur's Gate 3 includes a character creator that gives players the ability to customize their in-game race, class, and a whole array of physical attributes. It's how Fraser was able to whip up his dead, sexy dwarf with soulful eyes and majestic beard, but it seems an awful lot of players have put it to less creative use, and Larian is very disappointed in all of you. Let's share something you've created yourselves. This is your own fault through your choices in character creation. We took the most popular choices in character creation, and we recreated this. We thought our analytics system wasn't working. We checked. It is. Like, you guys ignore all the other options in the character creator screen. Anyways, what's one more option? You do the same thing. Who cares if there's one more option you're going to ignore? Like, come on. Like, come on. You don't understand, Denim. They couldn't have possibly spent enough money on the story and gameplay when they're obviously wasting all of their time shoving woke nonsense into the game. That's so true. That's so true.
I hate character customization. I end up spending 10 hours in character customization, and I don't have any time left to play the game, Sag.
Oh, God. Azrael, thank you so much for the 38 months. Thank you. So let's go.
5 hairstyles for men. So Dragon Age, apparently this has been a very controversial thing online. And so they introduced their character creator to combat. Here we go.
Our cocks are back.
I thought she said our cocks are back. What did she say?
Our cocks are back.
I still don't know
Our
what she
gods.
said.
How do we stand against that?
After 10 years, we're now just a little over a month away from...
Oh, our gods. Our gods. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe they had like an intactivist like side quest where like if you pray hard enough, you get your foreskin back, and they're like, oh my God, it's back. I don't know. You never know with woke game devs what they'll put in.
Playing Dragon Age The Veilguard. I played a hefty...
I actually didn't realize that it was coming out in over a month. So we're going to be playing this. Oh my God. Wow.
Sorry. You didn't say anything funny.
We're not playing? Oh, I'm playing this game 100%. Absolutely, I'm playing. Do you really think I would miss an opportunity to play a game like this? Are you insane?
7 hours of...
I don't understand. I don't know. What was the message behind that? Was it like, of course I would play a woke game, or like I love woke games, or like I want to shit on the game, or like I like BioWare, or I like Dragon Age? I don't know. I have no idea.
BioWare's first original game since Anthem in 2019, and...
Anthem. How's Anthem doing? Did they take it off Steam? Never was on Steam? Oh, okay.
Dude, I hope he never stops making content. I know it's like bad, and it's definitely making people right-wing, and you know, he should be very like, he's very irresponsible with his platform, and he's just like algo chasing and everything, and it's bad. But like, I love his content so much. It's so funny. It's just the most neutral comments are just hilarious. It was never on Steam. Oh, okay. It's just very, there's something about it that just brings joy in my heart. Sparks the mold.
I'm sure there's a lot of people playing it then.
fourth mainline installment in the Dragon Age series, starting with the prologue and later loaded into several different saves. As a longtime fan, what I'll say is 10 years is a very long time, but so far...
Has it really been a decade since Inquisition? Oh, shit, it has. Oh my God. Oh, man. Okay. So my understanding, I could be mistaken, but my understanding was that the Dragon Age devs were originally going to make something into Winter, and they were going to bring back Eggman and everything. And then the higher ups at EA basically told them, fuck you guys, start over from scratch. We don't want this. So I've been kind of stressed that it's not going to be good because they've had to scrap the game at least once, which means there's less time to actually work on the game. Eggman equals Solus, yeah. And yes, I pronounce his name Solus on purpose, okay?
What I'll say is 10 years.
What was I supposed to take away from this slow-mo of this animation?
But so far, the Veilguard...
What was I supposed to take away? I don't understand.
hasn't disappointed.
It hasn't disappointed. That's right.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it.
Now, I could talk to you about the combat,
Yeah.
and I will, or the gorgeous locales, that's coming too, or the way
Straight up, I don't give a shit if a game is like has gorgeous environments anymore because like every
Tennis
AAA
German
game has it.
leftists are breaking my head. Send help.
Oh no. Frida, thank you for the 15 months.
it felt, or
I'm
the
sorry,
gorgeous
guys.
locales.
Am I the only person that looks at this and I think that this is below standard? Like your average Unreal slop Souls-like rug pull NFT game has better graphics than this.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But yes, they can't be Baldur's Gate. Okay.
That's coming too, or the way it felt to see Varric and Solus again.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Or I could.
I don't even remember because it's been a decade. I don't even remember anything about the characters. I'm not gonna lie. I miss the old style of the Dragon Age games. I'm not a huge, this is a personal preference. I'm not a huge fan of like the more Fortnite-esque characters. But like, I'm open to changing my mind. You never know if a game is going to be good until you play it yourself. And then you're like, yeah, that was pretty fun. Or no, that was pretty bad.
Skip straight to the character creator and start with,
All right, let's see it.
there's so much hair. Look, I loved Dragon Age Inquisition.
No, I don't want to see this fucking shit.
How dare you show people who aren't balding like me?
Because every single time that they have a bunch of hairstyles, it's
Sorry.
like 5 hairstyles for men and 55 hairstyles for women.
Yeah, it's imitating real life. Art imitates life, okay? I'm sorry that most men are pretty boring with their hairstyles, okay? But like, how often do you see a guy with interesting hair? All right, you guys have your 5 allocated hairstyles. Women have their 50 allocated hairstyles. The game is just copying real life, bro. It's giving you the realism you want.
There's bald, short, fade, long hair, balding. That's basically it.
Just like real life, dude. Come on.
Dreadlocks. Yeah, usually they have one for dreadlocks, right? For like guys that are black, right? Sure. Yeah, definitely. Maybe a couple of those.
Excuse you. It's not only for guys that are black, okay? It's also for white people who have no idea how to style their hair, okay?
That's it.
But fans have long acknowledged
Jesus.
the limitations of its character creator. The Veilguard blew
Okay,
me
see, wait, you got the emo
acknowledged
haircut?
the limitations of its character creator.
Guys, let's just be real for 2 seconds. Nexus mods. Okay, the girly pops are making all of the visuals. Okay? Let's just be real.
Oh, that's okay.
God, why did they make the original character so sweaty?
No, it's not really an emo haircut. Never mind. I was wrong.
Character creator.
No.
The Veilguard
yeah, it
blew
is.
me away in that regard.
Yeah, the last
After
one
the
was.
lackluster options of the last entry, it's wild to see what we've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
30 hair options for Kunari and 88 for non-Kunari, complete with gorgeous physics
All
as Rook
girl hair
scurries
color.
around
All girl
Northern
hair
Thetis.
options.
So he's so oppressed, dude. He's like, dude, male gamers have it hard.
Many different hair textures are represented, whether you'd like totally straight hair.
I gotta tell you guys, like, I've been very negative about this game, but I've got to give it to them. I think the hair particles and the hair physics are really impressive. It's some of the best I've ever seen in a game. I've got to give it to them. I think they did a really good job with it.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2B waves.
That's really,
or
really good.
4C curls. In making my character, I was drawn immediately to a long braid that whipped around as quickly as I did.
That shit was not whipping. I'm so sorry to be a hater. That shit was hard as a rock. I'm sorry. I know she's trying her best and she's just reading off the script, but that shit was stiff, bro.
Whipped around as quickly as I did. Kunari horns also see a massive improvement.
Yeah.
With 49 unique styles, options range from large and imposing to decorative or even asymmetrical.
Okay.
That said, yes, their foreheads can look pretty jarring. I think
this looks fucking garbage. Like, their foreheads are too big. They look like...
He's so stupid. It's not aesthetically pleasing to me, so it looks bad. I know it's supposed to be some other race that isn't human, but it looks like shit and it doesn't give me a boner. Did they try following Mass Effect? The blue ladies are really sexy.
Scuffed Klingons. Yeah, I don't like it.
As a Kunari mage during most of my preview, and will say I got used to the look pretty quickly. Dragon Age the Veilguard
It does look so silly, though. It looks really silly. They did need to workshop it, though, just a little bit more.
only marks the second game of the series where you can play as a Kunari. So the odd imbalance of forehead.
TBQH, though, I would play a Kunari just because I think it looks very funny. I would want to RP as like Cinna. So I would do that. That looks like it'd be fun.
Versus face feels like stylistic growing pains. I remain curious about whether more time with the character creator.
Can you make her boobs bigger?
Pains. I remain
Body proportions. Go to
curious
that.
about whether more time with the character creator might help. The air shock of Dragon Age 2 is, in my opinion, such a beautifully crafted model. And I would love to be able to create a Kunari Rook that...
I'm sorry, but this just looks so much cooler.
What? This looks cooler.
I think this looks way cooler.
Feels as memorable. Customization certainly doesn't stop at hair or horns, of course. Every aspect of your...
How much of this trailer... I guess like some people really do love the character creator, though. I don't really... I feel very neutrally about character creators. I used to spend too much time in character creators and I got tired of spending too much time. And so now I just spend like... I put a timer, 5 minutes, no matter what. Whatever I have at the end of 5 minutes, that's what I'm playing as.
Your Rook is editable, even allowing for facial asymmetry if you choose. Sliders allow you to change everything from head shape to the melanin in your skin to the presence of vitiligo.
Why she got Tetris on her face?
I think he's talking about the tattoos.
Like, yeah, what the fuck?
Go. Perhaps
every time I hear that word,
bad timing though.
I can only think Uncle Ruckus with revitiligo. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot hear that word without thinking of the Boondocks. I got revitiligo. Good one. Yeah, it was so good.
My favorite addition, however,
the only bad thing about the Boondocks, white people were allowed to watch that shit. This is a joke for Twitch's purposes. That is a joke. But like people with very little class consciousness and very little media literacy watching that and being like, oh, see, being racist is so funny. And you're like, not quite. Wait a minute. Hold up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
However, is the introduction of body diversity. Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 had whiffs of this, but nowhere near what you're capable of in the Veilguard.
Yeah.
Which is much more similar to the breadth of the character creator in Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, it was really good. You should be able to make fat characters.
I thought we didn't want people to make fat characters. What? Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Pathogen.
The 4 races.
Oh, he's being sarcastic? Okay, we don't want fat characters. You don't want to be able to make fat characters. That was sarcasm. Sorry. It was so dryly delivered. I didn't get it.
There
My
are
bad.
plenty of presets to choose from, all with varying heights and
Okay, so chest. Okay, so you can make their boobs bigger. Because see, it
Oh,
even
thank God.
has that's
Thank God we've been saved, guys. We've been saved. They unwoked it.
the ass slider, the dick slider. Okay, this is pretty decent. All right.
God.
No, I like that. You having a dick slider. A lot of people don't have that.
I do agree. Penis slider is very important.
muscle or fat distribution. Once you've chosen your preset, however, you can build further upon those elements as much as you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
First is a triangulation of coordinates, allowing
I love these videos because it feels like Asmon is like talking to the person making the video. It feels like listening to your dad respond to like the CNN anchor. No, they don't think that. Oh my God. It's amazing. I love it so much.
for many unique
Okay,
combinations
Grandpa,
of
Yeah,
body
body
back
it's
to bed.
muscular, skinny, and fat. And you figure out where you are in the little triangle. I get it.
types that are thinner,
Why did that read like, oh, the triangle shape goes in the triangle hole? I get it. And the circle, it goes in the circle hole? Oh, okay, I get it. So you want me to put them all in the square hole, though?
larger, or more
I
muscular.
get it.
Yeah.
Height sliders are fun, especially when it means watching my particularly short elf ruin years of Solus's ritual planning by pushing over a statue.
She's not even that short.
The options feel
What?
almost endless. There's even a glute slider. And yes, I gave my rug
No.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty. This is what are we back in early 2000s? Heroin chic, when the largest your ass was allowed to be was like 1 pound of ass maximum, not per cheek even. This dumping is not dumping.
It could
Trump's dumper is crazier than this.
have been way bigger than that. Yeah, it should be way that should be, guys, that should be 20%. That's it. That's like nothing, bro. Like,
He's right, I fear. I'm telling you, dude, the mold roller coaster, it goes up and it goes down sometimes. It's going up right now. So it's about to go down.
oh my god. At least it's I guess. Well, what about are they going to show the dick slider? Let's see what we got with that.
one hell of an ass. All
No.
of this is only
Yeah,
scratching
right. Like, apparently this girl doesn't spend 4 hours like I do on Instagram every day. No, it's not.
Who is that for? Who is that comment for? Oh my God, dude.
the surface. I haven't even gotten into facial hair, makeup, scars, or tattoos.
Yeah.
As an elf, my rook sported some Vaseline, but there are so
Some
many
Vaseline?
different designs for both the face and the body to experiment with. While I didn't spend very much time exploring customization for the Inquisitor, I just know we'll all get the chance to make them in the way we've always imagined.
It's good to see you again.
Also,
The people making this should do the same thing that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, where they introduced the character creator before the game came out. That was a really good thing that Dragon's Dogma 2 did, and it was really smart. And I think they should do the same thing.
So it may be a relief to some of you to know that Veilguard abandons the awful green lighting of Inquisition's character creator and instead
You can change
allows
it?
you
Yeah.
to cycle through
These faces are so funny. I expect them to start speaking Simish or Simlish or whatever. This does not fit the theme of like a Dragon Age at all. Wait, hold up. Tell me. Sorry, just a taste. Just a little taste. Beautiful Squidward vibes. Yeah.
several lighting options in service of creating rooks that look just
What is this guy? Who is this guy? Look at his face. What is this?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello, Wormy. Meow.
This is like an Amish goat god.
to cycle through several lighting options in service of creating rooks that look just as good in gameplay as they do when you create them.
Is this video just to show off the character creator?
Combat, meanwhile, was a refreshing change.
Oh, no, it's not. Okay, as soon as I said that, they switched.
From Inquisition. My go-to class has always been Mage, and even as a Knight Enchanter, I often felt like I was standing in one place holding down the
playing Dragon Age, not as a Mage.
Trigger. This felt like a return to the pace of Dragon Age 2, with innovations that improve upon the experience of battle overall.
Innovations in Dragon Age 2? Interesting.
The Veilguard.
What is your camera?
Introduces a new fighting style for mages featuring an orb and dagger for close quarters combat. It's tailor-made for players like me who love magic, but
I'm sad because it's just like third person like action RPG gameplay now. Like this is just Diablo if it was a third person game, right? The way that the combat looks like it plays, which is still probably going to be fun, but it is sad because everyone who came from Dragon Age Origins, raise your hand if you've been affected personally by Dragon Age. It's sad because I miss the things that you could do in the combat in Dragon Age Origins. I do think if BioWare wants to make money, they just need to do what Diablo did. And like Diablo re-released, what was it, Diablo 2? With like nicer graphics. They just revamped the entire thing. I think if EA wants to make a bunch of free money, they should do that for Inquisition. Just like go in and revamp visually everything in Inquisition. Or sorry, not Inquisition, Origins, Dragon Age Origins. Just do a really nice remaster. They would make so much fucking money. I played Origins. Origins combat sucked. What? Not if you played a mage. If you played a mage and you played Dragon Age Origins, the tactics were really nice. They were really fun. But they should remaster Origins. I don't know. I love the combat in that game.
Also, really like to stab.
Yeah, like Red Mage, sure.
During my preview, I played through the prologue and then dropped forward into
It's actually crazy. Like I remember playing Red Mage in Final Fantasy XIV, and it was crazy to me how well designed it was. I actually think it's probably one of the...
I started with Inquisition and I joined all of them, although 2 was the worst IMO. So like different Dragon Age fans will tell you different things, okay? But in my experience, Dragon Age fans are very understanding that the games are very different from each other. So nobody takes it personally. But I know a friend of mine, we were so enamored by Dragon Age, and her favorite game is Dragon Age 2. She's like, I don't give a fuck that everybody hates it. It's my favorite. Me personally, I hated Dragon Age 2. I hated it. I thought it was not. I didn't like it. I loved the Blight lore and everything with the dwarves. I thought that was really fun. I think that arc was really fun. But other than that, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it. In my opinion, so Inquisition came out. Everybody was talking about Inquisition. I wanted to play it. And people were like, honestly, if you're going to play Inquisition, you should just go back and play Origins. You should go back, play Origins, and then play 2, and then play Inquisition. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I went in and played Origins, and it was a lot of fun. And then Dragon Age 2 did not hold up to Origins, and then Inquisition did not hold up. And each of them have their like pros and cons for sure. And each game, you can tell the developers put a lot of love into it. But for me, yeah, all I ever wanted was Inquisition's multiplayer mode with unlimited level expanded into a full game. It makes me very sad that so many of these games don't do what Baldur's Gate does. And I get that it's hard to program and it's hard to code because once you make games multiplayer, you have to set up a whole fucking team to work on all the bugs and problems that come with making a game multiplayer. But I have like no desire to play games nowadays that aren't multiplayer. Because I see this and it's like, well, if I don't even get to like micromanage the combat of my teammates, of like, if I have Varric with me, I don't know if Varric will join you on things, but if I can't even have him micromanaged, I would rather just play with a friend. I would rather just Baldur's Gate 3 it, play with one friend, and then we both grab like a what's it called? A companion. Hassan Saxovision account, thank you for the gift sub. Thanks.
The best designed classes.
Multiplayer requires a lot of networking. You also have to network everything like abilities and such. It's very difficult. Yes. Yes. I mean, like I said, once you decide you're going to make the game multiplayer, you have to dedicate a whole team to fixing those problems. To making it work well, and then dedicate a team to fixing every single fucking problem that's going to come. Because multiplayer makes everything way more difficult. You just like lose a lot of what would it be called, like stability. So yeah. Snail of Death, thank you for the prime.
In a game that I've ever played. It was so good.
Points of Act 1. So I really got to quickly experience the progression Rook and their companions can go through as fighters. We may not be able to take control of our companions this time around, but the Veilguard really encourages strategizing with them. They'll call out to you when they've rebuilt their mana or stamina, and the ability wheel even suggests combos. My focus during the event was mission-driven, so I didn't get as much of a chance to interact with the characters as I would have liked, but even the brief moments of banter endeared me to them pretty quickly.
It didn't break.
You call that nice and quiet?
Each class gets its own ultimate ability, think the focus ability, along with a ranged attack.
Man, I really got to say, I really think this combat really just doesn't, I don't think it meets the mark. I really don't think so. I don't know. I mean, like, it looks very dated. This game does look like it came out in 2016. Did you expect it to? Yeah. Yeah, I expect every game to have very good combat. I think if you have a game that
Saying that as like a WoW player is so funny.
is action combat, and the action combat is bad, then you have a bad game. It's that simple. Yeah. That's the way it works.
That means yeeting your shield like a giant metal boomerang. I've always played Dragon Age for story and not combat, but with this new system, I had so much fun. I felt present during every encounter and truly accomplished after every boss battle. That said,
we'll see. We'll see. In the game developers' defense, making good combat is difficult. It's way more difficult than I think you would expect. It's kind of like one of those things where if someone does it well, it looks effortless, but when it's done not well, you just want to shit on these people and be like, you guys fucking can't even get combat right. But in reality, good combat has taken tens of thousands of fucking hours to perfect. So on the other hand, it is a AAA studio and they have fuck tons of money. Right? Can I be honest with you guys about something? I was actually like a huge hater of like the new Dragon Age Veilguard game. I was such a hater. You guys can go back to my old VODs and see. When I saw that it was coming out and I saw that they changed the combat and the visuals looked completely different, I was like, this game is dog shit. I'm not playing this game. And then I had something terrible happen, guys. I saw a bunch of people say shit like this and I was like, oh my God, I sound so cringe and I've changed my opinion. Okay? This game is terrible in every way. Not like this. It's not even a Dragon Age game. It's something hybrid and alien. And I'm like, I saw these people. I was like, oh my God, I look like that person. I look like a loser. Oh my God. Okay, I think the game might be good. I'm changing my opinion. I think the game might be good. I'll judge it when it comes out. Now I have to give it a chance because I can't look like this. Yikes. Yikes. Anyways, continuing.
There's definitely a bit of a learning curve. I still found myself confusing controls a few hours in.
I do that for probably...
Game looks terrible. Force feeds, ideology, gameplay terrible, companions are terrible looking, uninteresting. Some of them are, you realize some of the companions are just like the same companions. It's just like, I think Varric I saw, Solus I saw, Morgan I saw. I don't, what do you, force feeds, ideology. Incredible. See what I mean? I was like being a Dragon Age hater and then I saw who was in my fucking corner and I was like, no. I changed my position. I am no longer a hater, okay? I am willing to believe that it could be fun, okay? Also, this is my personal opinion. Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition are both... Don't hurt me. They're both bad games. They're not particularly amazing games. And I think that they have a lot of love in them because Dragon Age Origins built so much goodwill. So as far as I see it, this is just like one more game in the list. This is one more. Very different from Mass Effect, where I feel like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were all really good. So Andromeda actually really felt like shit. Even though there were parts of Andromeda that were really fun. But imagine a work of art having an ideology. That would be awful. Art has never been political, ever.
The first 43 hours of playing a game, so she shouldn't feel bad about that.
Departure from all 3 installments, but luckily the Veilguard offers 5 different difficulty levels that you can change at will if you want to ease yourself in.
I really hope that the highest, I'll probably play the game on a high difficulty level, right? Because of ego. But I really hope that...
And this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. You're totally right. Anyone who's been playing the games, I mean, I think Inquisition came out 2014, and then I went and played in 2014 Origins first. And people are dumb. Dragon Age has always been just lore and story. Nothing else has stayed consistent between the games. Also for the graphics, Veilguard being how they are, they'll probably just like work better in the long term since they're slightly stylized, and stylized always tends to hold up better than going for a real life look. Yeah, I just wish they'd gone stylized in like a slightly less Fortnite direction and a slightly more like dark-ish direction. Similar to like how Deadlock looks, if that makes sense. Like I would have liked it if it looked a little bit less shiny and polished and smooth. But I agree with you on the statement that like stylized stuff tends to hold up better.
Video games can get into making high difficulty, not be bullet sponge. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of these games where like they want to make the game harder. So the way they make it harder is that they double the health and they double the damage.
As a Dragon Age fan, the Veilguard felt like a homecoming of sorts. Just as much as seeing familiar faces in
like
Solus and Varric,
I
I was overjoyed to be back in the world of Thetis itself. Moving us north allows for that sense of discovery I got in Inquisition.
That looks good.
And if I'd encourage anything, it's to really look at your surroundings.
The only frame that looks good.
Not only are there small environmental puzzles to entangle, along with small and effective moments of visual storytelling, but the horizon...
I'm sorry, but Honkai Star Rail has more congruent and coherent puzzles than that, if that's the best they've got.
God, gamers are so annoying, dude. I fucking hate gamers. They're so annoying. Oh, actually, according to this 10-second preview of what one of the puzzles might look like, Honkai Star is much better. Much better puzzles. It's like, you didn't even get to see what the puzzle was. You know, what the hell? How can you speak so confidently when you didn't see, when you haven't played the game? You haven't even played it yet. It's not even out yet. This 10-second preview tells me this game is gonna suck.
Is full of breathtaking scenery.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Will the game suck? Probably. But you should say that after it comes out and you've tried it. Okay?
That looks cool.
The scale of these locations I've personally always wondered about. One new locale, for instance, is a gorgeous underwater prison called the Ossuary. I won't spoil what you're there to do, but the design alone makes it one of the most memorable...
It does actually look pretty nice.
...moments I've had in any Dragon Age game. Even after hours of gameplay, I still felt like I could have played for many hours more. I'm optimistic about the Veil card and excited for it in a way I haven't quite felt about another game in quite some time. If you'd like,
I don't understand how people can look at that combat and be like, "This is what I'm excited for."
Yeah, I mean, it's just PR, right? I don't know if this is
Anti-Star Rail
from...
has bad puzzles. I think he was saying it's even worse than that.
But like I said, even if that was true, like it's you saw 10 seconds of the gameplay. Like you can't know. You can't know if the puzzles are gonna be good or not. Also, in my opinion, 90% of puzzles in games are like so bad. So bad. Directions unclear. Penis and ceiling fan.
I can't understand it. I look at it.
Game looks fun. It just doesn't look like a Dragon Age game. Yeah, I think I've accepted that now. So I've like moved on. My heart is moved on. Because that's how I feel about the Resident Evil, arguably 5 and 6. Sorry, arguably 4, 5, and 6. Those are not Resident Evil games. Those are action games, okay? Those are not horror games. Those are not scary games. That's not a zombie game, okay? That's a shooter, okay? But especially 6, Resident Evil 6, it's so over the top and ridiculous and stupid. I love it. I love it. I love that game. I love RE5 and 6. They're some of my favorite games. They're not Resident Evil games, though, for sure. And I'm accepting that that's what this is. This is not going to be like a Dragon Age game. But I think it might be fun. It might be.
It, and I really think the combat is extremely lackluster and mediocre. I also think that the narrative will be... Well, let me finish the video. It's almost over.
To see even more of the game, check out our exclusive IGN First coverage, which features even more gameplay and deep dives on Rook's companions. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
RE5 and 6 are closer to those terrible movies in tone. 100% agree.
I think that there's going to be a number of things in this game. Like, I actually think the narrative and the story in this game is going to be like it is going to be a masterclass in how to write a soft, modern story. And I think it's going to be garbage. I really do.
The sad thing is like, a lot of gamers, they just want every single game journalist to just be like ass mad about everything that exists all the time. And they want game journalists to just get on and be like, this game's gonna suck. This game is gonna be dog shit. This game's gonna suck and it's gonna be dog shit. But what they fail to realize is like, some people don't just hate everything. And some of those people are game journalists and are down to enjoy video games. I know. A gamer enjoying games. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, let's not get too crazy.
And the reason why I think it's going to be garbage is because I don't think that the writers of this game and the people that are making this game view it as a fantasy game. I think they view it as basically a way for them to this is like a heightened reality of what currently exists. And I have like kind of 2 points of like reference here. Is that let me see if I can find it. The individual person's skin color is referred to as melanin. Now, like, they do have pronouns in the game.
Me, when I use this scientific term for what causes some people's skin to be darker than other people's. This slider, it's called melanin slider. Woke.
Pro/nouns.
Oh my God. Fucking pronouns. Dude, I want to go back and I want to watch that bald-headed man. Bald-headed derogatory as opposed to bald-headed northern lion. Hold up. Dude, he gets so red in the video. So many good parts about that. 1 second.
Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so
I thought
fucking boring!
Oh, because Starfield. Okay. Is there a remix?
I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love
Oscar
more
Henry 16
than
months.
to fire up a brand new RPG.
I'm still laughing at him listing 5 different types of hairstyles and using both bald and balding.
Lose myself.
Sorry, do you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged down at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us! Current fucking day!
Oh god, dude. That's amazing. Anyways, that's amazing. Rohak, thank you so much for the 25 months.
Which is like, I don't really think that's like that big of a deal, right? I think it's annoying, right? But like, sure. But like, you have like melanin on the character. And I think that oftentimes what ends up happening is that people, what they do, there's
So
3
boring.
options.
Thank you
Yeah,
for 40
he,
months.
him, and they. That's clearly what the options are going to be, right? Like, I mean, you could easily say that. Like that's clearly what it's going to be. And so, U.S. culture. Well, and then you also have, you can even have, and this is what I think is really lazy about it, is I talked about this earlier, but since we were on the video, I'll show it again, is that in the Veilguard, you can actually show, you can have an indicator here where you can have top surgery scars in order to emulate what your scars would look like if you had trans surgery. I think this is one of the most lazy.
DNM what as an Englishman not understanding language, lol.
I'm gonna be honest. I have to be real with you guys. I'm so happy I'm not a snowflake like these people. To be so offended by like top surgery scar option that's set to off by default, and then try and spin it as like they're gonna get woke points and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, I don't know how to tell you this, but like gay people love Dragon Age Origins. They're just making stuff for the people who play the games and like the games. The gays really love Dragon Age Origins. I'm sorry. It's the same reason you go and play MMOs, other than probably WoW, and they have giant titties for all the characters. They know their player base. They're giving their player base what they want. Dragon Age 1 had the ability for same-sex romance. Not every character. Not all the characters are player sexual or whatever. But it's been there since day 1. Okay? I'm telling you, the queer people love that game. They know what their player base wants. That's it. What about women who've had them removed due to breast cancer, want that replicated in their character? Or like even, forget about that. What about like even men, cis men, who have had gender confirming surgery? Because sometimes it happens that you just grow more breast tissue as a cis man for no reason. You're XY, male, man presenting, and you just have more breast tissue. And you go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you, but if it's causing you a lot of gender dysphoria, if it's causing you a lot of stress, and you're wearing these baggy clothes, and you're constantly thinking about it, I mean, we can do a very simple operation. Obviously, you know, you sign off on it, your parents sign off on it. Pretty safe if you want that. And lots of cis men get that surgery, and lots of cis men appreciate it. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, I was kind of getting some moobs, and it was causing me great stress being a middle schooler or a high schooler or whatever. And then I got it, and then I felt amazing. It was amazing. Like, what? I just don't understand. I don't get it. It's so bizarre to me to be like so certain that everything that's happening in video games that you don't like or disagree with obviously has to be for the points of wokeism and to sell more copies because they aren't marketing to you, and they should be marketing to you. The amount of like entitlement you have to have that a game can't have options that don't appeal to you, otherwise it's just for PR, is crazy. It's like, it's crazy. It gives the type of person that like the second they play any video game and they lose a 1v1, they're like, that person's cheating. They're obviously using aimbot. And you're like, bro, I literally watched the kill count and you missed every shot. You reloaded and still missed every shot. And then they killed you. It's not aimbot. It's not. That was not wall hack. That was not. You just are bad, dude. You're just bad. You're just bad, man. I'm sorry. It's the same sort of thing. It's like, this isn't marketed to me. It must be for PR points. It's like, what? Why do we have an option to be a ginger when it's so rare? Woke video game. Unbelievable.
And devoid of any degree of creativity examples of why you should expect this story in the game to be soft, modern, flat, and garbage, and completely uncreative.
What does he mean when he says soft modern?
Skill issue, Disney.
So we live in a
What does that mean? Thank you for the 1,000 video stories.
world of magic, demons,
One
dragons,
time I
and
was helping
shapeshift.
remove breast tissue and the boob squirted blood all over the resident in me, LOL.
Oh my god. What the fuck? You were 22 months, just Jordan.
However, you still need to undergo a, surgery in order to change your gender. What a ridiculous thing to say. It doesn't even make sense. So when I see something like that, and then I see the character's skin tone be referred to as melanin,
It's just what the name of... That's just... Melanin is just the thing that makes your skin darker or lighter. That doesn't... I don't even understand being mad at melanin. That one has to be bait. That one's got to be bait. That's too stupid to think. That's too genuinely stupid to think, to get mad about the melanin. The comment that it says melanin instead of skin color or something. Oh my god.
I see an image of
NA language, or I can't tell if he was trying to say NA language, like North American language, or if he was trying to say nah, but one of the two is being reprogrammed on purpose. Let me guess. I've heard this before.
Sub so I can have media literacy.
It's because of the Jews, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So there's this psych ward with your name on it, okay? Don't worry, they have a really nice, comfy, cozy room.
a game that is made to reinforce a real world view and be a hyper reality rather than a fantasy world. I find it to be very weird.
What?
And I don't think that you should expect to see a story that's
They
written
got the grippy socks.
by a studio like that have any sort of depth to it, have any degree of edge, any sort of internal truth. I think that you can expect to see
We're getting all this from like a 2-minute review, by the way.
an extremely flat and extremely dull and a very soft modern story that takes no risks and
You haven't played the game.
only reinforces what the artists and the writers that are making it want you to believe about the real world.
Oh my God.
That's the way I feel. It feels condescending. It is. And so that's my opinion.
Greg, no, sorry, not Gregory. Georgie, thank you so much for the 13 months. Dragon Age has one of the edgiest stories. No, it's woke, you liar.
And I understand that people might not think this, but I want everybody to clip what I'm saying here. And let's take it to the bank whenever the game comes out, and we'll see if I'm right or not. You're criticized as Stone Asmon. These woke game devs are lost in their own bubble. You should be 1,000% for it. Yeah, for sure. They're excited because it aligns with their values. Why would any player, including trans, want that in a game you can magically directly choose to be the other sex and gender? Who wants to be ugly in an idealized fantasy? Yeah, I don't think that anybody, this is, like, I can't speak for any trans people, but, like, I can speak for a lot of people that I know that have scars that, I don't think that hardly anybody, unless, you want to look like a badass or something, right? Anybody wants to have their scars.
What? confidently saying, I don't understand why anyone would do anything different from how I would do things is a strategy. I mean, it's a strategy, I guess. Personally, I don't assume to understand what other people enjoy in character creators, but I guess, you know, some people do, you know, to each their own or whatever. I love my scars. What happened to scars are cool. I mean, he briefly said that, but I don't think he was talking about medical scars. Perfect example, Kratos has like goddamn scars on his face. Yeah, but that's different because it's a man and he has the scars because he was in fights and that's badass. Okay. All right. All right. People can actually learn to accept and love their differences. Yeah. What do you guys love about your scars, lol? I'm trying to think if I have any scars. I don't. I mean, sometimes my cats scratch me. I don't think I have any, but speaking on behalf of people that have told me why they like their scars, they describe them as like a reminder of where life has taken them. It's the same reason that people get tattoos or people like their tattoos. It's a reminder of something that has impacted their life in some major way, like a milestone of sorts. Yeah. And that you can have, like, your body is more than just this thing that moves around and does what you need it to. It's also like a canvas for all of your life experiences. So yeah, I mean, I think that's cool. Yeah, that's sick. Carolus, thank you so much for the 13 months. Gracious Blake, thank you for the 14 months. The problem is that, like, I don't do enough things to get scars. I didn't do sports, so I never broke anything or scratched anything. I was just a nerd, and I stayed at home and played video games, which doesn't give you any scars. The closest I've gotten to scars is, like, sometimes this area of my hand gets a little too callous if I play too many shooters for too long. Because it's like rubbing on the mouse pad, and that's it. That's the closest I get. So, yeah. Gamer injuries. Love to see it. But other people seem to view it very differently. I mean, I think it's cool. I think the idea that your body is a canvas is pretty cool. And that it can, like, tell a story. I think that's sick. Especially if it's something that brings you joy and happiness to look at. Which I know, like, a lot of people who get tattoos for significant things in their life, every time they see that tattoo, it's a constant reminder of, like, this positive thing, so they never forget. I mean, that's kind of what I have in, like, this room. Rhetoric, thank you for the 15 months. Sometimes I get a little sad, but then I remember that life is pretty good. And it's easy to do that when you have physical reminders of the fact that life is pretty good. So I have in the background of my stream, I have like a bunch of stuff that reminds me of all the fun, cool things I've gotten to do. Like, I have the Fansly boxing gloves from Creator Clash 2. And, you know, if I'm feeling a little sad, I'm like, you know what? I got to go to Creator Clash 2 and that was so much fun. And I met so many cool people and I had such an amazing time. Or like I have like the box of Pokemon's cookies that she hand sent to me. Obviously, it couldn't have been anyone else that sent it to me. That she sent to me. And I'm like, every time I'm sad, I'm like, you know what? How many people can say that Pokemon sent them cookies? That you replied to a tweet being like, I'm excited to engage in your promo, and that she sent you a box of cookies. How many people can say that? I should be happy that I personally got. Are they unopened? No, I ate all of them. They were really good, actually. Cookies. It's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing with like scars, right? Or like tattoos. It's especially for a lot of trans people who experienced really bad gender dysphoria. And I've spoken to trans men who wore binders for a very long time because it would cause them so much stress that when they talk about getting top surgery and they talk about how they feel about it afterwards, they see the scars and they experience a great sense of like euphoria and joy because it's this reminder that they finally got to do something that they've wanted to do their whole life. And like, yeah, whatever, maybe people visually don't like scars or whatever, right? But it's important to those people. So it makes them happy to see it. It's like a reminder of like, I got to do this. I don't have to wear binders anymore. Like that arc of my life is over, which is cool. I think I don't know. I think that's cool. So anyways, continuing.
So I think that like, yeah, like if you could just not have that, I'm pretty sure almost everybody that's had surgery would just turn it off. Yeah, I am my scars. Yeah, true. Except for Illidan. Yeah, everybody except for Illidan. But Illidan's not real, though. You've got to keep in mind. And also, the ass slider was painfully conservative.
I won't lie.
Painfully conservative. Crazy.
As someone with a dumper, I feel very not represented. Okay? I feel underrepresented right now. I am kindly petitioning. Okay. For anyone who missed it, this was I was very proud of myself. I spent a lot of time shopping, going to thrift stores, finding some sick deals to plan some really cool outfits for TwitchCon. And I think I came up with a couple good ones. As someone who has struggled many times to find high-waisted things or find jeans that don't flatten my ass, okay? I am not being represented. I am not being represented by this ass slider, okay? I am not being represented, and I am kindly asking the developers to put in something for me, okay? Please. Please. I'm begging. I'm begging kindly. It's going to be the first mod to come out, don't worry. You're not wrong.
Easy conservative. That's the ass. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking... This is a joke. Come on, bro. Like, what is this? This is crazy. Come on. That's a 100? No, it's not.
Yeah.
I could go on that. Look, where do we have?
Stop. Don't do it. Don't.
Where's the ASMR section?
Don't do it.
Yeah, just like you just search. Like, this isn't an unrealistic
Asmon, don't do it.
female expectation. There's plenty of girls that look like that. Yeah, if you want, I can give you a short list of 100 of them. Or 1,000 if you want. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
I mean, my principle has always been, when it comes to games where you can choose your gender or you can choose, like, the two body types or whatever, so long as the sliders are the same, I don't care. This is my stance has always been, listen, if you're going to put sexy bikinis that are level 100 and can shield from all types of damage, even though they only cover, like, one section of your nipple, and, like, barely cover any groin, just also do that for the male characters. My biggest pet peeve in video games, when they have the sexy female outfits and you put it on the men and it's like a t-shirt. I'm like, what? Hello, robbed, excuse me. It doesn't look like that on the femoid. Why does it look like that on the moid? This is false advertising. This is false advertising. Stop it. Okay? Stop. Just like covering the tip of your dick. Exactly. Correct. So that's my opinion here. Okay? Which is, listen, okay? If you increase the ass slider, which I am requesting you do for Veilguard, just make sure you also can increase the ass slider for the men. Donald Trump deserves representation too. Okay? Okay. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
The chest is already at max? Yeah, I guess so. That's nuts, man. Find cosplay channels. Bro, go to your local McDonald's. You'll see massive asses. Yeah, I think so, right? And I hate that a lot of people defend it, that bigger ass is not real. I have plenty of female friends that have way too big asses. Well, I think that really, I think that it's very common, and it's
no, that's not what's happening here. It's not that the game developers think that big asses aren't real. Like, what? Like, that's not, no. The reality is that the game developers, which I feel like this is so obvious, but maybe it's not. The game developers are trying to make maybe a more serious game, and they don't want like like Bloodborne character creator, or like Elden Ring character creator, where you can slide the chin back into the character's throat. Like, they want the characters to look reasonable and human. So they're just giving them like one general build and you can change a couple things because they want it to fit in the environment. I think if you make a game where you can customize the character in a cutscene, I want it to pan back to you and your like companions, and it's very obvious which one is your character. Okay, I think that's funny as shit. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want personally. But this is like a stylistic
Almost
decision,
forgot
right?
my pants.
Cultivize, thank you so much for the 18 months.
like one of the it's like a, you know how you have like toxic masculinity? I think that there's toxic femininity as well, where women like to body shame other women based off of their proportions because their proportions are seen as
Also, I'm just gonna say, as like a woman, this is not real. Like, this is not real. This is not real in the slightest. Maybe I've just never run into these women, or maybe they're just like very rare, but like, I've never met the type of female that shames the women around her for looking bigger ass or something. Like, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. Toxic femininity is real, but this ain't it. I mean, it depends how we're defining toxic femininity.
you know, like
the type of like internalized misogyny that happens is not I'm jealous because your ass is bigger than mine. It's the type of conversations relating to how every additional requirement for women, makeup or Botox or filler or hair care or skin care or whatever, is one additional thing that if you are not performing as a female, you are now uglier than the general populace, which is an interesting conversation. There's a lot of feminist literature on it, and there's conversations worth having there. But it's not this. This is like happening in people's like dreams. This isn't right. Happens in middle school in some places. Yeah.
too over endowed. I think it's very common. And like, I see this happen with a lot of girls, is that they're like, oh, well, and it happens with skinny girls too. It's like, oh, where's her organs? Like, what do you mean, where's her organs? They're working, unlike yours that have to work overtime.
Asmongold, you should not be talking about other people's organs having to work overtime, okay? God will spite you for that shit, okay? you all right, I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying your environment is not exactly hospitable to mankind. I would be concerned, okay? And also, in the instances with where are her organs, it's usually about like, the one exception to this rule, by the way, is Miss Elastic, Mrs. Incredible, because she literally can stretch her body to anything, so that's different, obviously. But there are lots of instances where there's no like it's like a 20-inch waist. You cannot have a 20-inch waist as a woman without having done like corsets or like waist training. There is even like the thinnest women on the planet don't have 20-inch waists naturally. That doesn't happen. You have like ribs, and the ribs get in the way of being able to do that. Unless you've removed some ribs and do a lot of waist training, you're not going to, you can't, even the thinnest people you know are not that. And when people say, where are organs, it's usually criticizing artists that can't draw women for shit. And they make the waists like this. And you're like, this just looks stupid, dude. This just looks really dumb, okay? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Vlad Tepes, thank you so much for the 7 months. Thanks. Thank you.
Like, it's nuts. It's too seductive. Yeah, exactly. How big is 100% for the bulge, though? And that's the thing, right? Like, how big can you make their dick? That's what I want to know.
That's the thing.
Yeah, women are mean as hell to each other. Yeah, they are. They're like...
I just have not experienced this. The being mean to each other because of how you look.
Anything mean that you can say to a girl is nothing like the things that a girl can say to another girl. Like, yeah, I mean, it's...
The thing is, girl bullying isn't about looks. The thing is, bullying someone on their looks is so superficial. Every single woman has dealt with it, with like at least one dude in her life that was like, you know what, you're ugly too. Anyways, you're an ugly whore. Anyways, I don't want to fuck you anyways. It's a very boring insult. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably hurt maybe one person in the entire history of ever, and that's it. Girl bullying is like, it gets to your core because these women are your friends. And so they know all your weaknesses and the things that actually make you self-conscious. And then they go for that shit. How you physically look, everybody can fucking see that. True psychological warfare is the shit that you can't see. Like, oh my God, you're so annoying. Whenever you talk, you keep stuttering. It's like, cringe. Am I right, guys? And then you're like, I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. And I'm going to stop existing forever. Forever. I hated that. Oh, ooh, I hated that.
Like, I've seen some of these, like, leaked group chats. Oh, my God. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Yeah, why can't I dislike the video? I mean, I don't think you should dislike the video. I feel like the video was good, right? It's not like there was anything bad about the video. But I'm just saying that I don't really think this character creator... And I think that the decisions that they made with the character creator are a mining canary for what you should be able... And the hip width, that's 60%? There's no way it is. This is outrageous. Can you play as a left-handed person? 10% of people are playing left-handed? I don't know. That's actually a good question. Yeah, I have no idea. Game mods incoming? Well, it is a PC game, so we'll see what happens. That's insane. Utter slap in the face of women. Well, I think that a lot of times it's just, you know... Well, let me actually read some comments first. Inquisitor, the glute slider didn't add a thing. Yeah, exactly, bro. Fucking exactly. God damn. The fact they have Inquisitor back, yeah, a lot of people are pretty positive about this. Just add some texture to their foreheads. Why is it so damn smooth? It looks ridiculous. Yeah, it does. It really does look ridiculous. What the fuck is that Canary at the 5-minute mark? It looks like Quagmire with horns. Yeah, it fucking does. But anyway, yeah, I think you should expect like this game to be a masterclass in soft modern. Yeah, there's the video right there. Give it a like. I mean, they do their best, right? The sliders are not made for men and women, just to be clear. Well, then you're making a mistake because there's men and women out there. And if you don't make a version of the character that looks like one of them, people will have a harder time identifying with the characters.
Whatever happened to like women should just play the video games and grow the fuck up? And who cares if the game is only like, if video games are only cis white male leads? Play the game or shut up. I thought that was like the consistent narrative that we were going with for the longest time. And now it's like, if I can't play exactly who I am and I have to see other things or people, I'm going to lose it, dude. I'm going to be really mad.
It's that simple. I find it to be very odd that we've removed male and female, something that 99% of people identify as, in order to add body type 1 and 2 in a way that nobody identifies as.
I don't even know, like, I don't even know what to... I don't think that there were any gamers that have given a fucking single shit about body type 1 or 2. Ever. It's been around for a pretty long time. Even older games have that. I'm body type 3 and I'm very upset. Yeah. I just don't understand, I guess, like, aren't you tired that it's always a little bit of drama surrounding any type of piece of media or video game nowadays? It's always these Gamergate dudes creating it like they're so annoying. I just don't get why it matters at all. I just genuinely, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can be upset and think that the game has lost significant quality because it doesn't say male or female anymore. It says body type 1 or 2. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Nobody was complaining when Saints Row 2 came out. Everybody thought it was sick. Yeah.
How is it inclusive to remove language that 99% of people use? Well, I think that there's a disparity, though. I think that's I think that there's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, because they say so. Yeah, it's outrageous, and I think that more people should be outspoken about stuff like this. It's ridiculous.
How is it inclusive to use other words that people understand and isn't negatively impacting anyone? All of the people who would have otherwise picked male or female without a problem will pick body type 1 or 2 without a problem. All it does is become more inclusive for people who don't want to pick male or female. That's it. I have never, ever, ever played a game that didn't say male or female and instead said like body type 1 or 2 and been like, I just don't understand. It just doesn't feel very inclusive. This just doesn't feel very inclusive. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Appeasing the LGBT? No, guys, can you please, like, you don't, like, there are plenty of guys and girls that are gay that don't have anything to fucking do with this. There are tons of people that are gay that also think this stuff is stupid. This is a subset of people that are often not even part of, like, this underrepresented group that are trying to put themselves out there and virtue signal like they care about them. It's just like what I said with the Assassin's Creed team for Shadows. It's a bunch of white people that are trying to add a black person in Japan because of diversity. And then they get all the details wrong because they don't have any respect for the culture. It's so annoying. They're woke assholes. Yeah, they're like the Karens of the internet. It's still the LGBT agenda? No, it is a small subset. Most people that are LGBT agenda are like, don't prosecute us, let us be able to get married, and let us live our lives in an equal way. That's what most normal people that are part of LGBT think. That is like the 80 to 90% of them. Like, yeah, this is not, like, again, I think the majority of this is done by people that are trying to do it in the name of other people. That was 20 years ago. Yeah. Just got here, it's happening. I don't know, they want...
The straights are spreading the gay agenda, guys. I don't know if you know this, okay? I don't know if you know this. But they're doing it. It's true.
More rights. I mean, I think they should have any right that a normal person should have, right? Right to get married, anything else, of course. Yeah, it's not even a question. They just want to be treated normal and these developers stereotype them? Yeah, because they don't know any...
The question I always like to ask these people is, removing this stuff, let's say we did everything you wanted that made you so mad about it. Let's remove the pronouns. Let's remove the body type 1, body type 2. Let's remove everything that you don't like. We'll just make male, female. We'll remove the scars and everything. How does this help you? How did this improve your life? Genuinely, how? I don't feel like it's changing anyone's life.
Any gay or trans people. So they design things, or black people, right, with Assassin's Creed. So like, what do you do when you don't know any black people in real life? Well, whenever you have a samurai fight, you put on hip-hop music. Because you don't know, you like, what the fuck? It's crazy because like, even like recently, you know, there's like that one song, like I listen to the radio a lot. Like there's like this like one song that's like a country song. It's actually really good. And it's like a black guy that's singing a country song, and it's like super, super popular. And so it's just like the bar song. Yeah, there you go. Is it Shabuzi? Yeah. He's great, man. I think he's great. Straight up. Yeah, Old Town Road. Yeah, I guess there's another one too. Yeah, with Lil Nas. Yeah, but it was the new one. Yeah, I think it's a great fucking song. And I don't know. Like I just wish that you'd I wish people were able to treat each other like people rather than you know, representations of a group.
This is, by the way, guys, this is because they put the option to have top surgery scars. His argument against top surgery scars was that magic exists in the universe, but how do you think he would react if your character could go to a gender wizard? More importantly, if there's magic in the world, then why do any other scars exist? To point at just the top surgery scars and be like, sweaty, magic exists? What about face scars that are in every single game? It's so stupid. It's so silly. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Oh my God. It's also just like, in my opinion, gamers used to be people. Well, wait, sorry. Let me clarify that. Let's not be too crazy here. Gamers used to care about games being fun and allowing players to do whatever the fuck they want, giving players the most, as many options as possible. And then you let players decide what they want and what they don't want. This is why, even though D&D has like a lot of homework that you have to do before you can get into it, and D&D has like a lot of planning and prepping and finding a group, there's a lot of things that can make D&D like fall off. But because you have so much customization, because it can be anything you want, people love it and it's still around. And it's the same thing with this. People want more freedom. They want more options. You want as many options as possible when you're playing a game. And then you can decide which rules you want to break, which rules you don't want to break. But nobody likes invisible walls. No one likes being like, oh man, I wish I had this option for this scar, but it's not here, so whatever. It's just, it's so silly. It's silly to get mad that there are more options now in video games. And without having even played the game, you're like, oh man, this has to be bad because they made it woke. Source? I don't know. It's just very silly. Wormy cat. She's chilling with me. She's worming. She's so melty. Anyways, watching your last few streams. Oh, thanks, Doom.
The gender wizard stole my balls. I must fight them at their tower.
You gotta go get your balls back, bro. Some dev spent 3 minutes making a texture to make a few people that play their game feel better, and this dude is having a meltdown about the moral decay of society. Yes. My cat be like, dude, my balls. This gender wizard stole them. I hate the gender wizard at the vet.